Welcome back to Living Local. Nobody wants to admit that their hearing isn't what it used to be. Hearing loss is a gradual and it's hard to pinpoint. Friends and family often notice you have hearing problem long before you actually see the signs yourself. And here to help us understand what we should be looking for is Taylor Parker, Senior Regional Director for Concept by Iowa Hearing, which is also this segment's sponsor. So Taylor, how are you, man?
I'm doing great.
Hey, so what is one of the first warning signs that people should be aware of when it comes to hearing loss?
Yeah, I mean, some of the basic ones would be you just turn the volume up, whether it's, radio, TV, whatever it is. You're just trying to get some clarity. You're not trying to get so much volume. You're just trying to get that clarity. One of the first things, the most common type of hearing loss is noise exposure. And what happens is we lose the high frequency, we lose the consonants. So it's not a volume issue, it's a clarity issue.
Right.
So we're searching for that clarity. We're just trying to get it, and all we do is end up turning the volume up more and more. Makes everybody else around us uncomfortable.
Right.
But, it's one of the first things we do. Some of the other things if we get out into a crowd, we get to a restaurant, the more that we get in the environment, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
And it's not, again, so much a volume issue. It's just we're trying to get that clarity. And sometimes it's from heredity, which is not quite as common, but it can happen. It can be a family issue. But typically it's noise exposure. If someone, if your loved one is telling you that, they don't think you hear very well, they think you're missing out on a few things, they're usually right.
Yeah.
Most people, they wait 5 to 7 years to treat their hearing loss, and that's after they've already been diagnosed with a hearing loss. So however long they went prior to that with being diagnosed. So usually it's everyone else around you knows. We're the last ones to know because, with hearing loss, it's a gradual thing. It's not something that typically just happens overnight. If it happens, if you wake up one morning and have kind of a sudden deafness on one side, you should definitely seek, help from an ear, nose, and throat specialist, just because that's something that needs to be immediate attention. But if it's just a gradual thing, year after year, it's like turning the volume down one notch. You just become accustomed to that, and you just live in your world. Your brain's saying, "Okay, this is what it is," and I'm getting accustomed to it. I'm living with it. Where everyone else around you is seeing it happen in real time, and it's just one of those things where if someone is telling you that, they usually are right.
So get rid of the pride. And
that's the hardest thing for people to do is to eliminate that pride and to accept the fact that most people want to consider it an age thing, where it's not age. It's one of those things where it does happen as we age, but if we've been around noise and it's something that happens every single day, it happens when it happens. It's it's damage to your hair cells and your cochlea, so it's something that happens just whenever it does. It's not something that we can say, okay, I'm gonna have noise exposure for 30 years and then, I'm going to treat my hearing loss when I think I'm old enough.
Yeah, well, and it's one of those things, too, that, we all age. You've talked about this before on the show, that we all age at different rates and different ways,
we do,
too. And, so we all have hearing problems when we're in a crowded room. And, there, I know for me, when there's a lot of background noise and stuff like that, it does become sort of a problem. And I have had my hearing checked recently, and it just turns out I have ADHD sometimes, and I can't do it.
And that is very possible. I mean, it's just, it's one of those things where, one-on-one, you probably do okay in a quiet environment, such as this right now.
Yeah.
But the more we add, the harder it gets. And it's one of those things where it's just hard for a brain to separate.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, it's never too early to get it addressed, is basically what we're saying, right?
Yeah.
So are there certain sounds or words, that with people with a hearing problem have more difficulty with? Is that a good tell as well?
It'll be more of a consonant thing.
Yeah.
It could be vowels, but typically it's consonants.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where where you have consonants make up the majority of a sentence and a word. So it's one of those things where if eliminated the vowels from a sentence or a word, people would be able to understand it and get it, just because they have such little impact on the vocabulary. Interesting. So what if the other person who is being asked to talk, slower and louder? Because I know that's the thing with, I've noticed with my grandparents too, is, the other person is really trying to push that point home, and the other person's still not. It's it's about pride and things like that. Yeah.
But when are like the signs? It's always one of those things that has to come from the outside sometimes.
And it has to be that aha moment. Sometimes, especially for men, it's usually a granddaughter, something like that.
Yeah.
That it's that aha moment of, I can't hear. And it's one of those things where it's a conversation that can be hard to have because of that pride issue, and people take offense first. before they just are accepting to it.
Right.
So it's one of those things where you just have to calmly state that, hey, we were out the other night. I noticed you didn't hear very well. I think maybe we should get your hearing checked. I know where we can go, and I will go with you. And they probably aren't going to say right there, hey, that's great, let's go do it.
Right.
It may have to be 2 or 3 more times you do that, but you don't want to be accusatory. You don't want to raise your voice. You just want to state that, we were with Joe and Cindy that night, and I noticed you didn't hear very well. And I know a place we can go. I will go with you. And after the second or third time, typically,
it's showing grace, man.
It is, but you have to do it. You have to just do it in a very casual conversation because it's one of those that it's a hard conversation to have.
It can't be an intervention.
No, it cannot. Because you'll just delay that process 6 to 12 months. So it's got to be something that we just, one-on-one, we do it away from everybody else. You don't, you're not out in a crowd and say, hey, you're not hearing very well. It's just one of those things you can't do.
Yeah, and one of the first signs that someone has a hearing problem is watching their loved ones turn up the volume or TV or radio, something very simple.
Yeah.
And this can actually do more damage when you keep turning up the volume and up the volume.
Yeah, because noise exposure being the number one, it's one of those things where you have to be very careful at how loud you get. How loud you get the TV, the radio, or whatever you're actually listening to at the time.
Yeah, it's and so what do you recommend people do when they notice they have a loved one with a hearing problem? We've talked about getting help right away, and let's talk about how you can help. Where are you located, and how can you help?
So we've got a couple locations here locally, one in Clinton and one here East 53rd and Utica Ridge Road, right next to the jewelry store right there, right across from Hy-Vee. It's free hearing screening. Very easy to do. You just go to iowahearing.com. You can make it right on our website. Perfect. Or you just call the local number, and they'll,
awesome.
We'll be able to get you in and get you help.
Awesome. Well, hey, every time you're here, I learn something new, and I could talk to you for about 30 minutes, but they're not going to let me do that today. So thanks, Taylor, so much for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Again, this segment was sponsored by Concept by Iowa Hearing. For more information, you can go to iowahearing.com. We'll have all those details posted at ourquadcities.com. More